We're here at Advertising Week with Mike Zaneis, the President and CEO of TAG. Mike, it's great to have you. Issues of trust and accountability are on almost every speaking topic here we're seeing at Advertising Week. Thought it'd be interesting to get your perspective as really a leading force for this industry, to give us a sense for what 2018 has been like from trust and accountability and really inserting quality standards into advertising.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity. It really is top of mind, things around trust, transparency, and brand safety for the entire industry. I think for 2018, we certainly have had our challenges, and we've had those moments where the industry kind of shocks and says, oh gosh, are we really doing enough to create trust in the medium? But overall, I would say that we've begun to reach a critical point and almost an inflection point as an industry where enough good actors, good companies such as OpenX, have really made the commitment to fighting things like criminal activity, like advertising fraud and the distribution of malware, but also to promote transparency in your business practices and across who you're partnering with, who you're doing business with, and also knowing their practices. So I think overall, we're making tremendous inroads in this area.
You had a big announcement at Mexico earlier this year around the need for global standards, which kind of, I think, plays off what you're talking about. One of the things that we're seeing consistently is needing consistent standards and principles for the marketplace. Maybe share a little about TAG's point of view on global standards, what those should look like, and who really needs to push those through the supply chain.
We call it global standards for local markets, and that's because the industry has these challenges that really impact it no matter where you do business. It could be consumer trust, it could be user experience. With the Trustworthy Accountability Group, we see advertising fraud as a global challenge to the industry, so we've created a global solution with our Certified Against Fraud SEAL program. So we want to apply those programs globally so that companies only have to comply once and they can use that seal wherever they do business. That helps make the industry more efficient, more effective, and listen, we know marketers don't just want to be protected in the US or Europe. They want to be protected globally. So that's what we're working on with our global standards.
Who should be getting those seals? Is it everyone in the supply chain? Is it just the brand, or do the exchanges need to get them? How does a brand know to look for that seal?
You know, it starts with the brand. They have to know what the seals mean. They have to value them. So we do a lot of education out to the advertiser community, and we have the top advertisers globally joining TAG. Then it cascades down across their partners. So from their agencies to their DSPs to their exchanges, all the way down to the publishers at the end of the day, need to be protecting advertisers in a myriad of ways. So it's not just around fraud, it's around protecting their brand, their ad spend, protecting the consumer experience as well. There's a solution, there are multiple solutions for everybody across the ecosystem.
One of the big takeaways we've heard in the last couple months is some of the opaqueness in this marketplace that has really clouded a brand's clear view of the entire supply chain, has created opportunities for some less reputable players to take advantage of that. One of the things we saw was something like bid caching, for example, that really introduced some brand safety security risks. You all have really leaned in on this need for brand security officers. Maybe tell us about what a brand safety or brand security officer is, and what is their evolving role going to be in this marketplace?
What we've seen is that there's a real hunger for learning about what brand safety means. It means something different to a marketer than it does to a publisher. Marketers tend to care about their ad spend and what is their ROI on that campaign. So they're worrying about things like ad fraud, which can waste the advertising spend. Whereas a publisher comes at it from a different perspective. They're worried about ad performance, the ad load time, the user experience. And then of course the intermediary folks, they care about sort of all of these issues. So making sure then we are all using the same taxonomy when we say brand safety and what are the component parts that comprise brand safety is really key. We put out a joint industry paper with the Brand Safety Institute that began to define brand safety. What we want to do now is follow that up with actually certifying individuals across the supply chain to be brand safety officers. The best thing that we could do in 2019 is to create an army of brand safety officers that are out there doing good, protecting brands throughout the ecosystem globally. That's our number one priority.
If you're a brand, what are the two things that you should be doing in 2019 differently to protect your brand, protect your spend, make sure that you're actually getting the greatest ROI out of your investment?
Yeah, great question, and I hope all brands heed this warning, because it's not difficult for a brand to protect themselves. A few simple action steps. Number one, every brand should have a certified brand safety officer who's thinking about that brand, the integrity, the ad spend, the user experience when they engage with that brand's marketing. So having a brand safety officer. And then second, know your partners. What are they doing? Are you looking for these seals? Are you looking to see, is my biggest partner in the supply chain, are they tagged certified against fraud, against piracy, against malware? These are the indicators that make it easy for marketers to understand that they are working through a trusted channel in this very difficult, complex ecosystem.
That's great. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you, Dallas.